Here's a patio fence idea that surprises almost everyone. Paint the fence the darkest color in your palette to make the space feel bigger, not smaller. Deep charcoal or inky navy pushes boundaries outward like a night sky. Pair that backdrop with light cushions and warm wood accents, and the whole patio glows. Today on Luxury Home Decor, we're decoding patio fence ideas that blend beauty, privacy, and practicality, without blowing your budget or boxing in your style. Start with purpose. Ask what the fence needs to do most. Screen neighbors, block wind, define zones, or support climbing plants. Clarifying function guides every choice, from material to height. A low slatted divider invites breezes and conversation, while a taller louvered panel angles privacy without feeling fortress-like. Sketch rough layouts, note sun paths, and map seating. This upfront thinking keeps your patio feeling open, human-scaled, and welcoming through summer gatherings, quiet mornings, and everything between. Consider modular fencing panels if flexibility matters. Pre-finished composite or powder-coated aluminum systems click together quickly and can be rearranged as your needs evolve. They're ideal for renters or anyone who likes changing furniture layouts seasonally. Mix panel widths for rhythm, and offset sections to create subtle curves around conversation areas. When a dining table extends, slide a segment for extra privacy. Shrink it back for movie nights. Modular equals adaptable, and adaptable feels inherently luxurious. wood lovers, horizontal cedar slats read modern and calm. Keep consistent gaps, about a finger width, to filter light like blinds. A walnut stain warms evening tones, while a light gray wash leans coastal and breezy. Seal with a breathable exterior finish so the boards patina gracefully rather than peel. If maintenance worries you, choose thermally modified ash. It resists warping and weathers to silver, charming against terracotta pots, olive trees, and linen textiles in relaxed, timeless combinations. Prefer a softer, organic vibe? Try a bamboo or reed screen nested within a sturdier frame. The texture adds movement, especially when paired with grasses and planters. Frame the natural mat with matte black steel for contrast, or use oiled teak for a tropical resort mood. These panels are light, affordable, and easily replaceable after a few seasons. Layer a simple string light line along the top rail, letting the warm glow turn texture into evening ambience. Metal fences excel when space is tight. Slim posts and thin profiles preserve square footage while delivering strength. Go for aluminum with a baked-on finish. It shrugs off coastal air and requires minimal care. Consider laser-cut privacy screens with geometric or botanical patterns for a custom look without custom cost. Back them with clear polycarbonate sheets if wind is an issue, preserving patterned shadows while calming gusts. Minimal footprint, maximal impact. Ideal for compact urban patios. Composite fencing solves the durability puzzle in climates with harsh sun or heavy rain. Newer boards mimic wood grain convincingly without splinters or seasonal refinishing. Choose a neutral taupe or rich espresso to anchor your palette, then echo that tone in furniture legs and lantern frames for cohesion. Composite also pairs beautifully with living greenery. Vines won't stain it and hedges won't dampen it. An occasional wash keeps everything crisp, freeing weekends for entertaining instead of sanding. Color strategy matters. Dark fences create depth and sophistication. Mid-tones feel relaxed and versatile. Pale hues reflect heat and brighten shaded yards. If your patio runs hot, consider a creamy limestone or pale sage fence. Then add shade cloth or a pergola for midday comfort. Cooler climates benefit from warm hues like cinnamon or terracotta that visually heat the space. Tie cushions and planters to your fence color, repeating shades in small accents to unify the whole scene. Two-tone fences are trending because they balance drama with approachability. Try a dark frame with lighter infill, or alternate slat colors in subtle gradients. Keep contrast gentle, think mocha with sand, so the pattern reads elevated rather than busy. Repeat the darker tone in metal side tables and lanterns, and feature the lighter tone in cushions and planters. This repetition steadies the eye and helps the fence act as a sophisticated backdrop rather than the whole story. Design with rhythm. Vary slat widths, 2 narrow, 1 wide, to create a quiet beat along the boundary. Insert vertical accent posts every few panels to prevent long runs from feeling monotonous. Where the patio narrows, flip slats vertically to draw the eye up and relieve compression. Rhythm keeps long fences engaging while guiding movement between seating, dining, and grilling zones. The result feels curated, not contrived, and makes small spaces behave like thoughtfully zoned rooms. If privacy is delicate, angle louvered slats downward toward your patio. They admit sky and breeze while hiding direct sightlines. Adjustable louvers offer control. Open for sunrise coffee, tilt shut for evening dinners. Match hardware to existing fixtures for a considered look. Brushed nickel with cool palettes, aged brass with warm woods. This move threads the needle between openness and seclusion, giving you privacy when needed without losing daylight or the feeling of breathing room. Seasonal strategy. In summer, fences should cool and shade. In winter, they should shelter. Add removable shade sails clipped to fence posts for hot months, and wind-blocking clear panels stored behind the shed for colder days. Plant deciduous vines, lush in summer, bare in winter, so sunlight penetrates when you crave it. Swap textiles seasonally. Breezy cottons and stripes for warm months, textured weaves and deeper tones for cooler evenings. The fence becomes a year-round comfort tool. On a budget, palette wood becomes chic with intention. Disassemble, select straight boards and sand edges smooth. Arrange horizontally in tight runs. Then stain a single serious color like espresso to elevate the humble material. Cap the top with a clean, store-bought cedar rail for polish. Add 2 generous planters to anchor the corners, repeating the fence color on their rims for cohesion. Strategic upgrades turn thrifted materials into a fence that reads considered and intentional. Another wallet-friendly trick. Mix solid segments with open wire panels. Place the solid parts where privacy matters, near seating, then switch to welded wire between planta beds so vegetables bask in sunlight. Train climbing roses or star jasmine through the mesh for living coverage over time. The contrast of opaque and airy saves money, improves airflow, and invites greenery to do part of the aesthetic lifting. It's functional minimalism with a romantic twist, perfect for patios that host company. Space optimization thrives on dual-purpose design. Build a bench directly into the fence, using the same wood for seamlessness. Hinged seats hide cushion storage, while the backrest aligns with slats for a custom look. In slim patios, this built-in replaces bulky chairs and keeps foot traffic clear. Add a narrow ledge behind the bench for lanterns or herbs, turning your boundary into hardworking architecture. When furniture merges with fencing, the patio feels larger, calmer, and impressively efficient. Don't ignore acoustics. Dense materials like board-on-board cedar, composite, or Gabion sections with stone fill can soften street noise. Combine with a few thick outdoor rugs and upholstered cushions, which absorb sound rather than bounce it. Even a narrow water feature along the fence's base replaces harsh ambient noise with gentle masking. The goal isn't perfection. It's a noticeable drop in sharp sounds, making conversations more relaxed and evenings linger-worthy without raising the volume. For rental patios, think reversible. Freestanding planter walls deliver privacy without fasteners. Use cedar boxes on locking casters, set posts inside, then attach slatted panels with concealed brackets. Weighted bases keep everything stable. When lease terms change, roll the system away without a trace. Choose a neutral stain and let foliage supply color so the setup matches multiple apartments over time. Reversible doesn't mean flimsy. It means future-proof, respectful, and cleverly independent of structural rules. Small patio. Design upward. A tall, narrow lattice adds drama while preserving floor area. Paint it the same color as your exterior walls to calm visual noise. Mount folding cafe tables to the fence for flexible dining, and use stackable chairs that tuck away. Replace bulky planters with wall-mounted herb pockets, echoing fence color for subtlety. Vertical thinking extends the room feel, offers privacy, and keeps circulation clear, proving tiny patios can still live generously and beautifully. Try a chevron or herringbone pattern for the feature wall. Angle slats at 45 degrees, mirroring each side to form arrows that point toward your focal area, like a fire pit or sofa. Keep the palette tight. 2 neighboring stain tones, so the geometry, not the contrast, carries the drama. Chevron injects energy without requiring art or heavy decor. It's a statement that lives happily with modern minimalism, rustic farmhouse, or eclectic boho layers. Gabion segments punch above their weight in windy or exposed sites. Fill metal baskets with river rock or recycled brick, then frame with wood panels on either side to warm the look. The weight stabilizes posts, the stone filters sound, and the varied textures create an expensive feel. Tuck low-voltage lights between stones for nighttime sparkle. Paired with simple furniture, sling chairs, teak benches, the result feels grounded and architectural, like a boutique hotel courtyard designed for conversation. Corten steel fences weather into a warm rusted patina that pairs beautifully with grasses, succulents, and concrete. The color reads sophisticated, not shabby, when designed intentionally. Keep panels simple, no ornate cutouts, and offset with smooth plaster planters or oiled hardwood benches. Allow drainage gaps at the bottom, and use protective barriers where needed to avoid stain transfer. The payoff is a sculptural boundary that shifts tone through seasons, aging into character rather than decay. color lovers, try a painted umber fence. Start deep at the base and fade lighter toward the top, drawing daylight upward and lifting the yard's mood. Choose neighboring hues, midnight to denim to sky, or a warm sequence from espresso to caramel to linen. Keep furniture neutral to avoid competition, and echo midtones in throw pillows for cohesion. Umber feels artful yet subtle, transforming a simple run of boards into a quietly joyful installation that never grows tiring. Plant-integrated fences blur boundaries. Alternate solid panels with trellis windows. Then frame each opening with a planter box. Herbs near the dining area. Jasmine near lounge chairs. Strawberries by the play zone. This arrangement perfumes summer evenings and delivers easy garnishes. The greenery softens hard lines and makes modest yards feel generous. Just keep irrigation simple. A drip line along the base with separate valves for planters. Thoughtful watering avoids maintenance fatigue and keeps growth healthy. Lighting transforms fences from daytime privacy tools into nighttime scenery. Anchor a low-voltage rail under the top cap to wash boards gently, then add a few down lights near seating for task clarity. Globe string lights feel festive. Dome sconces read modern. Lantern niches whisper classic charm. Layering types creates depth without glare. Put everything on dimmers so dinner glows while late-night cleanups stay practical. When fences carry the lighting plan, the patio becomes a welcoming evening lounge. Hardware matters more than many realize. Choose consistent finishes across post caps, gate latches, shelf brackets, and lighting trims. Uniform hardware pulls the composition together like matching jewelry for an outfit. In coastal regions, select marine-grade stainless or powder-coated pieces to avoid pitting. In rustic settings, blackened or aged brass finishes deepen character. Small decisions snowball into a polished whole, turning a good fence into a considered environment that feels gracefully complete. Think gateways and transitions. A simple pergola arch attached to the fence signals movement from house to patio. Add a narrow overhang that supports shade cloth in summer and twinkle lights in winter. Beneath, set a stone threshold tile perpendicular to deck boards to pause foot traffic, making the patio feel intentional. Transitions don't require grand gestures. They rely on proportion and repeated materials to create a subtle ceremony every time you step outside. Climate counts. In hot, dry regions, choose lighter stains and heat-resistant materials like aluminum or composite that won't warp. Add vertical gaps to vent heat, and incorporate shade-loving planting pockets for resilience. In humid areas, prioritize airflow, rot-resistant woods, and stainless hardware. In cold climates, avoid water-trapping details and ensure snow-shed angles. Tailoring to climate protects your investment and keeps the fence looking fresh far longer than a one-size-fits-all approach ever could. Sustainability elevates style and conscience. Source FSC certified wood, recycled composite, or reclaimed brick for gabions. Choose Louvered stains and finishes, and design panels for disassembly so future repairs don't require full replacement. Plant pollinator-friendly vines and integrate rain chains that feed a barrel. Sustainable choices rarely read preachy. They just feel wholesome and timeless. Your patio becomes a habitat for people and beneficial insects alike, proving beauty and responsibility can share the stage. Safety and comfort deserve equal billing. Round over top rails where hands will rest, and keep gaps small enough to discourage climbing by curious kids. Add soft closing hinges on gates and solar marker lights along baseboards. For pets, integrate a clear acrylic peak window at nose height, turning perimeter patrol into entertainment. When fences anticipate everyday behavior, they quietly prevent mishaps and add delight, transforming routine moments into thoughtful experiences that households genuinely appreciate. If your style leans modern, keep lines straight and details hushed. Matte finishes, wide horizontal slats, and concealed fasteners feel tailored. Anchor with monochrome cushions and sleek planters, then add one tactile element, woven stool or rough stone, to avoid sterility. Traditional fans can heighten posts, crown with simple caps, and use warm stain tones. Mediterranean moods love stucco-inflected textures, olive greenery, and terracotta against honeyed wood. Good fences harmonize with architecture rather than compete. Boho patios celebrate layered textures. Combine a lightly whitewashed fence with macrame hangers, rattan seating, and patterned kilim pillows. Keep color grounded, sand, clay, indigo, so the mix feels curated, not chaotic. Add a slim shelf along the fence for ceramics and herbs, swapping pieces seasonally. A hanging mirror tucked under an overhang brightens shady corners by reflecting light, while planters at staggered heights create playful rhythm. The fence becomes a gallery wall for natural treasures. Farmhouse fans can lean into board and batten or shadowbox styles. A semi-transparent stain highlights grain, while black barn-style sconces add friendly drama. Pair with a harvest table, zinc planters, and ticking stripe cushions, letting the fence's vertical rhythm echo shiplap indoors. Keep metal accents aged rather than glossy to maintain authenticity. A small Dutch door in the fence delights kids and pets, adding function and charm without overwhelming the straightforward, hard-working farmhouse personality. Mid-century lovers might appreciate slatted screens alternating with breeze blocks near the dining area. The pattern offers privacy while letting light and conversation flow. Choose teak tones, tapered outdoor legs, and spherical lanterns that nod to the era without becoming pastiche. Keep the palette restrained, olive, ochre, charcoal, then add a single joyful color in glassware or cushions. The fence reads architectural and optimistic, supporting a vibe of casual sophistication perfect for sunset spritzes. art belongs outdoors. Weatherproof prints, metal sculptures, or a recessed niche for a ceramic panel give the fence personality. Keep scale appropriate. One statement per section beats a scattering of small pieces. Echo artwork tones in nearby textiles for harmony. Rotate pieces seasonally to keep the space lively and conversation starting. Treat your fence like a gallery corridor for the garden. Curated, intentional, and uniquely yours, so every gathering feels fresh without major redecoration. Finishing touches elevate the whole composition. Add a continuous cap rail for a clean line and a comfortable handhold. Use hidden screws where possible, or choose decorative fasteners and commit to the look. Scribe fence bases to slope slightly away from structures, preventing puddling. Seal cuts meticulously to block moisture. Small craftsmanship choices read immediately, even to untrained eyes, and they dramatically extend lifespan. Luxury is often quiet quality executed consistently, panel after panel,